The title for quickest R35 GT-R in Australasia right now is a rather contentious one. ST Hi-Tec have claimed it with their car, nicknamed King Kong, running 7.4 seconds, and they're on the quest to run a 6. It looks like an R35, sounds like an R35, uses R35 parts, but the chassis wasn't built in the Nissan factory. Instead, the chassis was built in New Zealand by Dodson Motorsport. We spoke to Ian from ST Hi-Tec to find out more.
Well, I had an R35 years back there. It was a street car at first. Then I wanted to go faster and faster. Then I wanted to attend events. Then I started time attacking it as well. I basically won every event and set records, track records at every track in the North Island. That car to me was a monster car. It was a lot of R&D went into it. We had Dodson's backing us with their R&D, so we combined on that and we just made basically a car that was a street car but could run 107s around Hampton Downs. So it was a very good car. The only downfall with it was it weighed 1,875 kgs with me in it. I sold the car because it was too damn heavy. I sold Extreme, my other R33 GT-R wide body, and we brought this. It's about 4 years ago, I saw this car at Dodson Motorsport being developed. And I thought, wow, this is an amazing car. And at the time, there was meant to be a purchase of 17 of these cars to make a series in some country around the world. I'm not too sure which one it is. Never went through. So I purchased this car from Glenn from Dodson Motorsport. This is a GT1 spec circuit car. It's not a drag car. So the New Zealand GT-R NZ GT1 class, and I wanted to give some of these big teams a bit of a run for their money, I'd done everything I can in the older R35, and I wanted to just go up a level and come up with a car that could compete with huge teams in the New Zealand scene. We got the car and then we thought, put this car on steroids and go straight. We ended up changing the whole build on it. Basically, we're trying to run the 6-second run.
What is essentially a tube chassis is designed to replace the Nissan chassis. It still hangs factory R35 panels over it and uses R35 subframes as well as suspension and drivetrain. The advantages are less weight and easier maintenance, as many things are much easier to access, especially with the undertrays removed. The wheelbase and layout of the car remains unchanged. It uses factory front and rear subframes. You can even see the factory lower arms and uprights up front, and most of the suspension parts are items made for use in the factory chassis as well, such as the adjustable Dodson Motorsport suspension arms. The car has Öhlins coilovers, originally for circuit, but made to work for drag. Its conventional layout up front, but has been converted to inboard coilovers up the back to save space and work more efficiently. Externally, the car uses lightweight panels that would go on a stock R35 chassis. The front bar has been sealed up for better aero, and there is a drag wing at the back as well as a parachute which is required. The brakes have been downsized to fit the Bellac drag wheels with bead locks, with 17s up front and 15s at the back. Step inside and it's all business. Being built as a race car from scratch, you only need to add race car things, but the factory dash and shifter make it a little more R35 inside. Motec controls it all with a PDM and M150 ECU. The double Motec dashes is also pretty cool, as is the opening scene on the dash.
We couldn't name it Godzilla, so we thought, okay, let's name it King Kong, because we didn't want to accept the rest of the world was saying it's not an R35 GT-R. So we came up with our name King Kong. It's another super beast that can destroy, well, maybe on a good day it might win a fight against Godzilla.
The engine and drivetrain of King Kong is all R35 GT-R. It's a Dodson Motorsport VR38 billet block with Darton sleeves, Sunny Bryant billet crank, GRP aluminium rods and diamond pistons. The heavily ported head is O-ringed and filled with Ferrier double valve springs, oversized valves and titanium retainers, as well as monster Kelford custom camshafts. Turbocharger is a Precision Pro Mod 106mm on a custom manifold that mounts it down low up front. It uses Turbo Smart external wastegates and blow-off valves and there is a custom water-to-air intercooler setup that blows into the CPC inlet manifold. A mechanical fuel pump is used to provide the methanol to 6 1700cc injectors down below and 6 5500cc injectors in the extra rail. Providing the spark to make over 2,000 horsepower is twin M&W igniters and M&W coils. That sort of power has played havoc on the drivetrain, which now uses a Dodson drag spec GR6 transmission up back, which uses their entire catalogue of gears and clutches. There is upgraded WaveTrack LSDs front and rear with a Linny billet crown and pinion wheel up front, billet shafts, custom front shaft, and carbon tail shaft. Even then, it doesn't always want to play nice.
So the PB that we've run at the moment is 7.4 seconds at 180 mile an hour. So that's our best run. Our best 60 foot is 1.1 seconds. Our most mile an hour so far at 70% power is 197 mile an hour. Combined, we know that we've got a 6-second car here. We just have to hold everything together to achieve it. Pretty much broken every single part that there is on this car. When we're finished and when we've actually accomplished our 6-second pass, the car will retire from drag racing and it'll get the full aero package back on it. It'll get the other end, the baby engine in it. The billet block will come out and then we'll be competing in the New Zealand GT-R NZ class. That is our goal, to be in GT1.